Hey, what's up, guys? So we're back again for another cooking episode, guys. So tonight, we're gonna stick with our traditional Filipino dish. So we're gonna be cooking pork afritada, guys. So I know a lot of you guys are wondering like what's the difference between afritada, menudo, and caldereta, and that's like like the base, because the base for that one is all like similar, right? Like the tomato for those of you that are not familiar with those one. So the only difference between the afritada and then the like the menudo, guys, is the cut of meat. So it just so the afritada one are a little bigger, and then the menudo is a little like they're like tiny, almost like a bite size of meat. And then sometimes on the menudo, depending on the region, like in our region, we put like what do you call it, like a liver on our menudo, and then the vegetable as well. So the apretada, we use like a green peas on that one, and then versus like the menudo, we don't put like a green peas on that. And then the for the caldereta, guys, we use a liver, like a liver spread as part of the like what do you call it, the soup for that one, or the like the ingredients. So that's the only difference, guys. It's not a whole lot, and like what I said, this all this dish are like tomato based, because we use like tomato sauce, and like toyo, or the soy sauce on all this one. But anyway, guys, I just want to clear that one out. In that way, when we cook like the caldereta and then the menudo, you guys already have an idea what's the difference, because like what I said, they all kind of like look the same. The only difference is sometimes like the vegetable, and then like an added like liver, or like, or like what I said, like veggies on the other one. But anyway, guys, like just like always, we'll take you guys through the ingredients of how to cook this apretada, and then we'll go in the process of cooking this delicious Filipino authentic dish. So let's do it, guys. All right, guys. Here's the ingredients to cook our like pork menudo. So we start with the veggies, guys. I have the onions here. I also have garlic. I have carrots. I have potato here, and we're gonna be using what do you call it, like lemon, or if you guys have the calamansi, that's better in my preference. If I have a preference, then I'll definitely would be picking the calamansi over the lemon that we have here. And then of course, like what I said earlier, the apretada, we need to use like a sweet peas or green peas on this one. And then our meat, we're gonna be using pork. And I don't know if you guys can see it, the cut for the pork is a little bigger or chunkier compared to the one we're gonna use for the menudo. Those one are like more of a bite size, so we're probably gonna be cutting this one into like four section if we're gonna cook like a menudo. So we're gonna cut that one like a little smaller. And then we're gonna be using this cheese dogs as well, guys, or hot dogs. So we got back home like the Pure Foods one, or the Martin that we have here. I couldn't find this one, so this one will do as well, guys. I prefer the one with the cheese. In that way, it will help the elevate the flavoring, kind of like make it like more creamier, the sauce that we're gonna be creating from all the ingredients. So, and then we're gonna be using chicken broth, also beef bouillon for added flavoring. I'm gonna be using tomato sauce, and then the tomato paste, guys. I love to use this one because it kind of like help make the soup the soup a little thicker. So that's what I'm looking sometimes in whenever we're cooking like like afritada, menudo, or the what do you call it, caldereta. There you go. And then no liquid seasoning, guys, because I love to use this one on top of the what do you call it, the soy sauce. It kind of like help elevate the flavor that I'm looking at every time I cook this dish. We're gonna be using a little black pepper, and then we're gonna be using oyster sauce, guys, because this one will definitely put a lot of flavoring on our dish. And then of course salt, just for added flavoring as well. So yeah, those all the ingredients, guys. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna marinate this one for maybe like a 30 minutes, guys, with just the soy sauce and then the lemon. And then we'll start prepping the rest of the ingredients, and then of course after that then we're gonna head into the what do you call it, the stove area to start cooking this delicious authentic Filipino dish. So I'm gonna be right back. All right, guys. So we're gonna start, like what I said, marinating this pork first. So we're gonna do, I would say like 3/4 of soy sauce, guys, or a half, really up to your preference. But I do have a lot of meat in there, so I'm probably gonna go over a little, like half a cup in there. So that's gonna help, produce more flavoring, and then the lemon. I'm just gonna get the strainer. While I'm doing this, we're gonna need the strainer for this one. There you go. That's our strainer. Yeah, but just 2 lemons, guys. 2 lemons should do. Bring a little bit of the acidity that we're looking every time we're cooking this dish. I'm just gonna squish that. Just gonna put that for now. Try to get all the juices out of these lemons. And then later on, yeah, I only marinate this one, guys, with like what I said, like soy sauce, and then the lemon or calamansi, and then later on we're gonna add the liquid seasoning, and then of course the oyster sauce as well later on for flavoring. So I'm gonna pour this one on our meat, and then just kind of like let that one sit there for maybe like 30 minutes to maybe like an hour, and then we're gonna go ahead and start prepping, like the veggies while we're waiting for that one, and then of course, I'm gonna cut the hot dogs as well, or the cheese dogs, and then the veggies. So we'll be back again. All right, guys, the hard part is over. Like what I said, we're gonna cut all the veggies, and just the potato, I just cut it like that, guys. Like what I said, this is not like a menudo, guys, so it doesn't need to be like a like a bite size. And then the baby carrots, since I have those one, I just pretty much like cut them into like 2. So this is how big they are, guys. And of course you got the onions and the garlic here, and then the hot dogs, or the cheese dogs. I just cut them like diagonally. So now that everything is cut, guys, now we can finally go in the what do you call it, and in the oven area, and start cooking all this, like the veg. I'm gonna start with the potato and the carrots first, and then of course we're gonna be cooking the meat right after. So let's do it, guys. All right, guys, I got oil in here, and looks like it's hot enough. So we'll start with the carrots, guys. So I love to fry all the veggies, guys. Every time I cook, like either the menudo, fritada, or the caldereta, guys. I always love to cook the veggies first. You just have to be careful, especially if you're washing your veggies, because there's like water in there. So I'm gonna cook this one for maybe like a couple minutes, and then we'll follow the potato right after, and then we're gonna season them with salt and pepper. Alright, now we're gonna add our potatoes. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna fry them, and then like what I said, guys, we're gonna season them a little bit with salt and pepper. That way we can put some flavoring in there. Should be good. And then we're just gonna continue frying this until they're like maybe like a little bit like brown. So kind of like browning, what do you call it, coloring in there. So I'm gonna continue doing this one, guys, and then we'll be back. I'm not gonna keep you guys there while I'm doing this one. I'm pretty sure you guys can, like already know what to do from here. So we'll be back. All right, guys, they should be good for now. Like what I said, I just want the smokiness that the veggies brings every time you know fry them before you know like putting them towards the end of the you know like the dish. So I'm just gonna transfer this one for now, and then we're gonna add them again towards the end. Alright, that's that. Put this one on the side for now. And then we're gonna continue. Start sauteing our garlic. Make them a little golden brown. And then once your garlic a little golden brown, we're gonna add our onion. Yeah, I love to put a lot of onions on this dish, guys. Even with the caldereta and the menudo as well. Yeah, I love to put a lot of onions. And then we're gonna wait until they become translucent, and then we're gonna add our meat. So we'll be back. Alright, guys. Now we're gonna add our meat. Like I said, we're going pork Afritada. So we're gonna add our meat in there, and then we're gonna put this what do you call it? This chicken broth, guys. And then for added flavoring, because we're gonna put this whole thing to boil. That's good for now. We can adjust later on because and then we're gonna add our beef bouillon. I only have the beef, so that will do as well, guys. Because I know the meat will produce more liquid, guys, or water, so that should be good for now. And of course, we're still gonna add like some of the like the tomato sauce and the paste, and then the oyster sauce, and then the North seasoning, which is gonna add a lot more volume on our dish. So we're gonna leave it like that for now. Put it to boil, and then we'll be back when it's all like cooked and done, guys. Alright, guys, it's just like my preference, guys. Before I put the what do you call it, the tomato sauce and the paste, I wait until like it's like boiled. It's like boiling, but there's really order of what I mean, like when you're gonna put the tomato sauce, you can put it like at the very beginning when you guys are putting it to boil. Like after you put the meat, you can put the sauce and everything like right away. But this is just like my preference. So I'll put the paste now. And then our tomato sauce. Then I'm gonna try to scoop more of this I'm gonna try to scoop more of this paste. Then of course we're gonna continue boiling this one until we get the meat all tender and all like that. Alright guys, we'll be back. Then like what I said guys, I was gonna add a little of this one right here, the seasoning, because it kind of like elevate the flavoring of the soy sauce. So I only have a few left in here guys. I'm just gonna pour what's left in here. I'll probably have like less than like a quarter in there, cupful. Just like a little, very little in there. That's all we need guys. We just need it like to kind of like help elevate the flavoring of our dish. So we'll put this one to boil again like what I said, and then we'll be back. Alright guys, so let's check our frittata. Look at that. Look how bright the color is. That's because of the we're using a paste and the tomato sauce guys. That's why it's like really bright tomato color. That's like one of the reasons why too. And then of course, like what I said, keep on what do you call it, moving it, like the meat, especially the one at the bottom of this one. In that way, it's not gonna end up like burning. Even if you have like a good wok, you still kind of like want to mix it up in there guys. Really good. So I'm just gonna taste it real fast. Alright guys, so we're gonna add our the cheese dogs now guys, and then we're also gonna add like a quarter cup of the oyster sauce for added the flavoring. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rinse this one with this a little bit of this chicken broth, and that way I can scoop some more of what's left in there. Yeah, we're pretty much like done with this one. It's just like just a matter of like incorporating all what's left on our ingredients. We're also gonna add a little bit of pepper guys, just for flavoring, and then salt. And then like what I said, you can adjust based on your preference. And I'm also gonna add 2 tablespoonfuls of sugar guys. This will like really sugar will really complement on the flavoring of our afritada. So we're just gonna mix it up in there, mix it up really good. And then we're probably gonna close it up again for maybe another I would say like maybe like another 15 minutes guys, and then we can start adding our the vegetable that we fried earlier. But yeah, so far so good guys. It's, you know, it's where we wanted it. You know, like you can tell on just the coloring itself, it's where you want it. And then I'll do another tasting. Tastes good. And now, like what I said, we're gonna close it again and put it to boil, and then we'll be back when it's all done. All right, guys, let's check out our afritada. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, like what I said, guys, you know, don't be afraid to make adjustment based on your preference. I already did a little earlier, so now since we got everything, you know, the taste and everything where we wanted it, now we can add the rest of the ingredients, which is the one that we fried earlier, like the vegetable, like potato and carrots. And then of course, it won't be a afritada if without this sweet peas or green peas. So we're gonna add all those one in there, and then we're gonna do like a final mixing. Look how beautiful it turns now because of all the veggies in there and the green peas. And now we're probably gonna just let it like maybe like simmer, guys, for maybe like another 10 minutes, just to incorporate all the flavoring in there. And then that should do our dish for tonight, pork afritada. All right, guys, we'll be back for our final, words and like serve. We're gonna serve it because it's dinner time here, and then that should do our show. All right, guys, our pork afritada should be cooked now, guys. Look at that. Look how beautiful it is. Get some of the vegetable and some of the cheese dogs. And there you go, guys. Dinner is served. Let's go eat, guys. Kain po tayo. Alright, guys, that's gonna do another cooking episode. Hopefully you guys learn another like technique or the way I prepared this dish, guys. And if it's like something that you guys are not aware, for the people that are not like native Filipino, hopefully you guys can easily follow and discover like how delicious this authentic Filipino dish is. So but anyway, guys, we'll see you guys on our next cooking show. The next time we're out and about, or the next time we're gonna create those delicious and nutritious smoothie. But for now, guys, that's it. And then but anyway, like, thank you, before I forget, for sharing and liking our videos, and hopefully you guys are really 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 learning. But anyway, guys, that's it for now. Thank you again. Peace out. Ingat kayo.